welcome everybody to the stream. We should be getting going now. Let me just grab a couple of things. Yo, Artless Dev, welcome to the stream. Guys, this is a work in progress, that's for sure. Okay, so I think I'm going to, before we get started, this is here, we're just going to go on a little tangent and rant. I am going to try to reorganize my entire office in order to have a better camera setup. You know, I'm not really liking the corner. You know, it's like one wall here, and it's kind of like I got a wall this way, and you know that way, and I'm kind of like angled, so it's like the shelves in the background don't look as good. You know, it's like there's not enough distance. I was watching some YouTube videos this week and realizing, you know, that a lot of the times people that have a good looking setup, they're kind of farther away from the wall. I guess it's so the camera can focus on you, and then you can kind of blur out the background or whatever. My PlayStation controller dropped. So yeah, I'm going to try to reorganize some stuff in order to, you know, have a better looking background, maybe create some distance. I'm probably just going to, like, my desk is over here, and I'm probably going to try to turn it, you know. I'm running the lights. You can see it probably looks a little bit better. I got a couple lights on, and then I got a blue light on here in the bottom. I tried to do green. I've been wanting to do green for like TreeFall Studios, but the way the lights work, it's like you can't even see it. And like purple looked all right, but I went with blue because we're gonna be working on the ice level, so we're just gonna go with that for now. But you know, I'm gonna try to do it to make it look a little bit better. If I'm gonna keep streaming like this, you know, we're gonna you know, do a little something, you know. And my hair is getting too long, so I just had to throw on the hat. It's just like an explosion of thickness. So sorry about that. Let's go ahead and get started. We got our Patreon supporters. I got the updated list right here of all the Patreon supporters, though. You know, big shout out to all of you guys. Artless Dev says you just need to be more framed posters of the games you made. Yeah, you know, honestly, I only have one frame that fits these posters, but I'm thinking of doing a couple more frames. And like, you guys can't see it, but like over there, I used to have it in some of my backgrounds. I've got some cheap shelves that have like my, you know, video game collection on it and stuff. And you know, I could try to rework it to where like those are in there, because like you can't even see. I thought this, like, these wooden shelves would be cool in the background, but it's really just a mess of books on one side, and on the other side it's behind glass, but it is a display. There's like a GameCube, you can sort of see it there. There's a GameCube and a 64 and some other stuff in there, but it doesn't look cool because it's like the glass like reflects the light, it messes it up, it's kind of blurry and stuff. So I'm probably gonna try to move those out of the shot and like switch up the background, and like maybe have my TV with the PlayStation 5 and stuff on it, you know, where it can run or whatever. So we'll see. Sub-Zero Black, welcome to the stream. They say you could always put a whiteboard on the wall and use it to take notes or write down tasks and idea. Yeah, it's a good idea too. I mean, especially for the dev streams or whatever. All right, let's jump in. Zippity zappity. I have to do one thing. I realized like I was gonna like show you guys some code on this. I think it's, yeah, zip. You guys probably saw that for just a second. You could look at this one. It's very simple, but I was thinking that it's maybe a bad idea to like have the code on this side of the screen, just because like randomly some of the scripts have some PlayStation code or whatever that would be NDA. So it's like, oh, I can't really show you guys code. So I do have to fix one thing on these gondolas here. So I'll just give you the pseudo code. I'll just like tell you what I'm typing in case you're wanting to actually learn, I guess. And just in case, you know. Thomas Stewart, the man of the hour, is here. Welcome. What's going on, bud? Haven't seen you in a while. Miss you. Hope you're doing well. We'll have to chat soon. So I was doing these gondolas. You know, let's maximize this. So you guys can see we stopped over here last week, last Wednesday. We're gonna finish this side, um, and then honestly, I didn't get too far. I did get a little farther. I said I was gonna be done with this, but I picked up a surprise project, and I got something I'm working on, and I'm gonna be working on it the rest of the day. Something that I'm gonna try to port and get out this month. Before the end of this month. So I kind of paused on this a little bit. So it went a little slower than I thought. But I don't think that this was here when I streamed last. So now we have a snowy top up here, and we got these cannons that shoot out snowballs, and I'll show you guys in just a second. And then after that, I have a new gondola system that comes down this way. And then I was working on a dual system here. And you can see it kind of looks a little weird. I might change this, but so like if I leave the posts like in the center and just have it be a string, then you have to like jump around the post, and I didn't really like that. So I built like this little wooden stick that came out here, and then the rope kind of goes out to the side and then straightens up. And it's not completely straight. It has like a little bit of like bounce in it or whatever, just to make it not look so straight. But it's kind of supposed to be like a taut rope, so the thing doesn't bounce, and it kind of sits still. But yeah, so the idea of this system is that like when you jump on this one, this gondola also moves, so you have to like they're gonna crisscross each other, and you're gonna have to jump from one to the other, and then you're gonna have to jump from this one over here to shoot up to the top, and then the finish is now going to be up here. So it's pretty cool because when you start the level, like over here, you'll be able to see that floating finish right in the middle, and there's like so many places for you to go and explore. But you're not going to be able to go and get there right away. You basically have to run through like a big loop around the level. So in order to get this to work, I need to change this code here. See, I just added the script. I made one called gondola dual, set position dual, but I messed this up. Basically, this is I was getting confused because there's like so many scripts that talk to each other to get this all to work and to get these to animate or whatever. But I actually don't need to do a dual script for this one. It's the one that's actually on the platform. So I guess for you guys, for the Unity heads out there, if you're wanting to actually learn something on the game design, basically what this is like, this is a model. And it's got a bunch of different things going on. It's got colliders. It's being tagged to a certain thing. It's got a couple scripts. It's got a trigger volume on here, and it's got animations and stuff like that. And basically, when you step on the platform, the animations trigger. You can see some of my keyframes down here. And this is a look at the animator component. We have a set of looping animations where it will go from fall to rise to idle to, backwards. And we've got some trigger values here. I just need to change this. Well, what is it here? Yeah, I'm gonna do it on this one first. Let's open that up. Yeah, this is only gonna take like 2 seconds. So basically what I need to do is just copy over the gondola script, and I'm going to like set it to where it actually speaks to not just this one, but the other one. So like when you step in it, it will set the trigger for both gondolas or whatever. I was just doing it in the wrong code, and I was confused why it wasn't working. Honestly, I might just type this in real quick, and like in my head it should work, but I don't expect it to be honest. Like it could really easily also mess up. And there might be something else I'm missing, because I was like trying to get this working like really quickly this morning, so that I could just do the last bit of level design and we could do a little bit of modeling together, because I think that would be fun. I wanted this just to work just so I could show it to you, but yeah, I'm not so sure if it's going to work right off the bat. So let's see. We're compiling our scripts. This could take like a little bit of time, just because the computer is running. My computer is about to die. I need a new one, but I'm also running stream and all that stuff. So all right, let's see. So what we would need is animator 1, which would be, let's just do custom pivot 1 and custom pivot 2. Those are the animators. Let's turn this gondola script off. Let's go to this one and put dual in here. Let's turn this one off, and it would be pivot 1 and pivot 2. All right, cross your fingers. You know, technically speaking, that should be everything that we need to do. Play maximized. Um, Alrighty, guys. Oh, Thomas says this game is looking good, bro. Oh, yeah, bro. Just wait till we start. Oh, I need to get rid of the FPS display. Don't worry, guys. We're running at a rock solid 60 frames a second. No big deal. And it's still running that way on my computer, but we actually don't need. I had that on there because I wanted to make sure that after I added a bunch of stuff, and I wanted to make sure that the PS4 could still handle it. And bro, the optimization in this game is real. I'm still running rock solid 60 FPS on even the PS4. Oh, we got to change something. That was so interesting. Um, did you guys see that right here? You can't see my mouse. Oh yeah, you can. That gondola just warped into position. Anyways, we'll fix that. I think that was because I duplicated one that started at the top. So in order to do the gondolas, we got to run over this direction, dodge these little enemies, fly over here. And so I put some new seeds out here. So you actually need to grab, like move while you're on this gondola that's animating. You have to like grab the seeds as we're flying up here. And so this is new, and you know the cool thing about this, I don't think you guys saw this last week. I did this afterwards. So we're shooting out snowballs here in the snow, and as you can see, it's pretty cool when they come out of the cannons. They're really small, and as they roll down the hill, as they're rolling through the snow, they get bigger. This was a feature in PitterPot 1, but now that I've got like this whole field of like timed snowballs, you gotta like run in here and grab the seeds and dodge them. You know, if you hit them, you know you get hurt or whatever. But yeah, just little thing like that. I'm thinking about changing this and moving this gondola out because you know, like these are considered walls, so your camera can bounce on them. But for a speed run, it's like you know, it kind of wonks the camera for a second. So I'm thinking of changing how that looks. And then you know, you would fly down here on your gondola, and let's cross our fingers and see now instead of it being like on a little post, we've got big posts that are like going off into the fog. And let's see if this works. Oh, boys, look at that. We've got swinging gondolas. It works. Never tested this before, so I need to see if we can make that jump. And then, yeah, so as soon as you hit the end, it goes into this animation properly. And let's see if it works. Okay, so it only goes one direction. All right, so there's a glitch. That's fine. But yeah, it worked the first time, so I must have coded something wrong really quickly. I was trying to do it fast. But yeah, let's see if I can get in here. Yeah, no. I think I maybe need to switch those. I think maybe pivot 1, pivot 2 need to get switched in the second script because it's just sending I'm jumping on this one and it's sending. Yeah, oh man, that's too many glitches. I'm gonna have to fix this one off the stream because I'm not really sure where where it's going wrong here. Oh yeah, and now we're going in a constant loop because I entered it twice, so it's like, oh, we're going backwards now. It's not setting the correct what's happening is once you get to the end of these animations, there's a code that sets the position, whether it's at the end or the start. So it knows when the player jumps in it, it will tell it, okay, if we're at the start position, we do this animation, and if we're at the end position, we do this animation. So we play forward or play backwards. But the problem is, I'm just like confused myself because there's two of them. So like it's going the opposite direction, so like the end is switched if you see what I'm saying. But I think I set it up to where it's like this is actually both the start, so I'm like I've confused it myself. I think so yeah, it's fine. I'll fix it off the stream, but basically you can kind of get the gist of like there's gonna be like multiple moving elevators here and you're gonna have to jump on each of them. And yeah, so that's how it's gonna work. And then it's going to be like a time thing because you know the point of this game is to go fast and to get your high score or whatever. So yeah, that is going to be that. And then what we got to do next is what I'll probably do now is, so this gondola actually, well, we'll just reset this because I want to show you this. I want to show you guys this because this is really cool. I put this in at the end of the stream last week, but it actually really works pretty good. So you can see if you run over here, we'll do a little skip, grab a couple C-bombs, kill that guy, grab another C-bomb in case we miss. So I shrunk this up and made it smaller. So you can see we got this like box of walls. I don't know what you call it. It's like a chest basically. But once you get to the top, you can just chuck that seed and then it blows that up and you can just see all those particles explode. Super cool. And then you can just jump down here, land right on it, jump down to this one, speed run tips, toss a bomb in here, blow this up, and then you can get these out, you know? Just little something I finished up at the very end. It kind of made it a little bit smoother. And then what we're going to do is build the model for this gondola. And this is just going to be a dead end. You're just going to go up there and, you know, get some items and then come back down. And then honestly, I think I'm going to take these guys out because I realized that this level is only level 4 or whatever. So it's like, I'm thinking this is like a little too hard because like the point is like you want to be able to beat the level without taking any damage. And obviously there's like a lot of damage dealers in here. There's these guys, you got to run under them, dodge this vine, dodge these guys. And you know, there's going to be this dude you have to jump over. You got to jump under these guys. So like this is timing 2 jumps at once. I'm considering taking these guys out. Um, I'm thinking it might just be like a little too hard to sprint this as fast as humanly possible. So yeah, we're gonna make a new model similar to this one. And I'm not totally sold, to be honest, on what I want. So like I wanted to add the problem is like you guys know this game has to come out really soon and we have to sell like an X amount of copies in order to stay in business basically. So I'm like torn between 2 different things. I'm like trying to make this game like my dream and make it as cool as humanly possible. And like I've got like so many ideas, but there's like a lot of things that are probably not gonna make the cut, to be honest, just because like it has to come out within the next month or so, 2 months. Um, so there's a couple things I'm going to try to do, but it just depends on if it gets done or not. Like, so I wanted to have like a snow field up here, like a slope, and I wanted to actually animate like enemy pots like on snowboards, and like you have to dodge them, and they're like going like hey 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 hey, kind of like a like a comic mischief type of thing. They're like making fun of you and they're like kind of snowboarding around you and you got to pick up the seeds and then they hit you. And I'm adding new characters to this game because there's a few characters like the returning characters are gonna be Rose and Twiglet and the old Cactus Man and stuff from the first game. And we're gonna have some dialogue system in this. And yeah, I'm thinking what I'm gonna do is like have the characters at like kind of the start of the level, and like when you talk to them, it's gonna pause the timer so that you can actually talk to them, and like it won't hurt your level score or anything like that. And I guess for those who are like going for the high scores on the leaderboards and stuff, then like in that case, obviously you can just skip them. But like on your first playthrough, when you're not doing the high scores, there's gonna be some dialogue and you talk to some characters and kind of go with some story stuff and whatever, because this is a big 3D platforming adventure game, and even though this is like stage level designed and it's kind of like aiming at like replayability and stuff, I'm still gonna make it kind of feel like the first Pitterpot, if you know what I'm saying. Um, so I was gonna make a new character. I was gonna make like a snowboarder dude, like that, like that's a good character or whatever. And he's like, my snowboard's been stolen, and like the dudes are like all like, the bad pots are like riding his snowboard down the snowfield. But that's like I'm putting like way too much time. Like this like one level, and I've got like, we're gonna do 2 ruins levels with the original theme. We're gonna do 2 desert levels with the original theme and like assets and stuff. But then I have like 2 more worlds that I'm attempting to do, and one is gonna be like a steampunk thing, and then one is like the castle thing. And so yeah, there's like a couple of new, and then there's the swamp. So there's actually 3 new ones that I'm wanting to do, with just 2 levels each, like an easy and a hard. And then this major set, this is level 4. So there's like 4 kind of introductory levels that have like this original Pitterpot art themed or whatever. All this art is new, like these models are new, but we're using a lot of the textures from the first game and stuff. So it made it easier to get moving on this. But yeah, so like to do new characters and like animate and like have dialogue and do all this stuff for like each of these different worlds and like coming up with the world art and stuff, it's gonna kind of be pushing it, I think. So Some of them might get cut. So I don't know how much of the snow field I want to do, but we'll just like, I don't know, maybe I'll just feel it out. If you guys want, I mean, if you don't want us to do the snow field, I can always try to do the swamp, I guess. I've been saying forever that we're gonna do the swamp next because we're gonna do the vine swings. But I think I'm gonna try to get the snow field done because I'm like this level has been bothering me for it being like it's on 2 weeks now where it's just going and going. Um, sorry. Hope you guys didn't hear. I don't think you can hear that. Can you hear the Discord messages popping? I think I got the audio off. Okay, yeah, we're good. All right, so we're in. Can you guys see this? Oh yeah, okay, okay, cool. All right, so we're in Blender, and what we want to do is, I think this is, we want to go with a similar size to this, and I think this is like 12. I think this is like 13 units across. Um, so I'll have to resituate here. Let's move this so I can actually work better. All right. So the way that I started making these a little bit more simple. Let's go to the front. And let's just go ahead and save this so we don't lose it. And let's call this stage 4 right platform. All right. Okie dokie. So basically the scaling is on, I'm just going with a scale of 2 per foot. So do we want to go half pipe or do we want to go downhill slope? Honestly, I kind of feel like it's easier to model this. It's probably easier to model the half pipe to be honest, but the downhill ski slope type thing, I want it to come like right here, and it would be going like it would be coming down the hill, and then I guess maybe you could ride a gondola back up if you wanted to. It's like how I'm thinking like, oh, how are the if I'm doing sledding enemies or like snowboarding enemies, how are they gonna get back up to the top? If they snowboard all the way down, I'm gonna have to get them off of the snowboard and walk them back up. Maybe I'll just have them jump into nothing. That's like the only thing. I thought if I did the half pipe, then maybe it would make more sense. You know what? I think it'll be easier in the long term to do the half pipe. So let's just do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Mess that one up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh, and this one will be the center. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, of course. 5. Okay. Knew that looked wrong. All right. So this would be the center, and then this would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're not keeping this. I'm just doing some scale experimentation. I need to have these 3, and then this one needs to be here. And then that one needs to be there, and then there. So I want let's go 4 units high, and I'm gonna need 2 per unit. So we want 4 units high. I'm gonna just like talk to myself for some math real quick. You guys will see it in just a second. So we want to have this to be flat ground. Basically, we want 1, 2, 3 flat, and then I want to go up 4 units on the sides for the half pipe, but I don't want to do like unless you do multiple units to the left, you're not gonna. It would just be a straight line. In order to get the curve, we're gonna need to do 2 per thing. So we need to go 8 out, I think, from here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think this is how it would look. And then we would need to do 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. And let's just do it like this, to be honest. Give you guys some actual good tips instead of doing it by hand like that. Um, we'll take this, delete this. Let's pop a mirror modifier on it. Oh, what did I delete? I deleted too much, huh? Whoa. Oh, you go away. Let's redo that. That's fine. And let's get back over here. Quit. Okay, there we go. I just want to mark that so I can see it for a second. I'm confused on... Okay, that's why. There we go. We just want to do the edges. No, we just want to do faces. There we go. I was like, what in the world? Anyways, so now we turn this on and we want to... There we go. Now we can edit both sides and we can just hide this for a second. And now if we do this, we're going to do this. Look at that. Okay. Looks good. Let's save that. All right. So 1, 2. So this is where it would start. So this is the one that would be like 2 feet high. And something like this. No, honestly, okay, so the numbers are... I build everything on grids because I'm not very art oriented, so I do everything with math basically. And I'm kind of like shooting the math out in my head. So this is not actually going to work because this is kind of how I do the maze levels. Um, I'm going to have to just do some loop cuts, and we're not going to need 8 units across. We're going to have to cut these, and we're basically going to have to bevel these. There's another trick you could do. We could possibly just do it like this. And do the segments like this. But instead it would be like -1. No, that doesn't work. 1.5. Here, let's see. I think I know that this can be done. The shape. There we go. Instead of doing it all by hand, I'm just going to do it like this, to be honest. So we're going to have to back out some of all these squares. We can leave the mirror on, obviously. Soul Engine Studio, welcome to the stream, my guy. What's up, what's up? I hope you're doing well. Looking forward to chatting with you soon. Let's see if it can be done like this. All right, so here's our 1, 2, 3 of flat ground. And then I want this to be over a distance of 4, right? So about like 4 units. We can probably just delete these. And I still need these to be in units of 2, but I'm afraid if I did like 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, it's gonna mess up. It's gonna stop at those vertices. So what we're gonna need to do is we're gonna need to go up like 6. That's still a little bit of a low half pipe. Let's go up 8. And let's just see, because I might have to just make this like one whole unit, probably. Yeah, I am. That's fine. I'll show you guys what I mean. So what we're going to do, let's pop here, pop here. This is completely fine. So this would be 4 units out. Faces. Honestly, yeah, that's fine. That's flat ground. Let's warp back. Let's put this back. And then what we want to do is go... No, we need 8, yeah. We need to go 8. And then we need to go 8. I don't know how that happened. Let's get our math. Why didn't that go out evenly? Why is that not on 0? 0, 0, 0. I must have accidentally clicked it a little bit when I was clicking too fast. All right. Dude, okay. I don't know if I'm going crazy. You guys can tell me. All I did was hit extrude. We're on 0, 0, 0. Okay, okay. So something happened on the angle. Scale on the X by 0. There we go. Whoa. I was going to go crazy. It was shooting it up just a little bit. I'm like, there's no reason for that. That doesn't make any sense. All right, so I'm going to show you a little trick. So basically, we're going to go like this. And let's pull, I want to do my math here. It should be exactly 8. There we go. Yeah, that's what we want. And what we want is, we need to pop 8 segments in here to make that a little bit smoother. Yeah, there we go. All right, and then I'll show you, we need to go out 2. Another 2. There we go. Change this. Let's just go W shade smooth. Looks like dookie nuts, but don't worry, we're gonna fix that. We're close to having the mirror be done, but let's not delete it just yet. Let's grab all of you fellas. 2, 2. That's 3, 4, 5, 6. Does that look like Tony Hawk's yet, or what? Are we going with Tony Hawk? Okay, is that, let's see. We're looking like a half pipe. And don't worry, we're going to fix all these lighting issues just a little bit. Does it need to be smoother? I'm thinking, so here's the balance. Here's what we want to do. You want to make it look as smooth as possible to where the geometry looks like, high def, but you want to use as little as polygons as possible so we can run nice and smooth. Like, you guys would be shocked, like, see, that's kind of how we got all this stuff working. See, we have curved edges, so we look like we got nice geometry. We got curved tops over here, with this whole level and stuff. So, but it's really not too much. Like, in the grand scheme of things, like, yeah, I've duplicated a bunch, and, I guess we could just make this one face, on this side, and then just curve it off. We could delete some faces. But honestly, keeping these quads is better for the math, for the game engine. It's not that much polygons. We're talking about a PlayStation 5 here. So, I mean, we're running all this. Honestly, I think I would try to do the 120 FPS thing, but like, I think some of my code from the old game is like dependent upon frame rate being at 60, or else it would speed it up, like some of the animations. So I think we have to lock it at 60, but I might try to do a PS5 Pro enhancement for this game. So I think that looks good for the half pipe. And then I think we want to do, like, I don't know, a little section over here towards the end, where you can talk to the guy. And then obviously, I don't know, you're gonna want to have a little bit of a platform here. Well, actually, maybe even, let's warp that back. Probably even something like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're on all even numbers. And honestly, this is about to be really difficult to code because, not code, texture. We're going to be texturing this. That's why we're doing everything in even scales, so all the texture wraps are going to look right. But honestly, it's going to be a little bitty wonky. I'll see if I can do it. So yeah, we're going to have, like, some stuff here. Honestly, okay, before we get started, before I keep going, let's just go ahead and see. Let's go ahead and let's do some stuff here. Let's apply this transform. I'm gonna just change this to half pipe so I know what we're working with. All right. Let's get this let's go ahead and do some scale adjusting here. I'm gonna put this over here. Just so you guys don't see any PlayStation stuff. Half pipe. All right, so we're gonna jump this into the game. PitterPot Pro Skater trademark. Thomas Stewart, you're correct. Honestly, well, maybe you can get on this with me, but honestly, I'm not gonna have enough time to do this in this game, but that's the whole point of like doing this. Like, you put a character and like we're gonna have like the dude, bro, they stole my skateboard guy in here. And there's gonna be like, the half pipe or whatever. But obviously, I mean, if you guys have played Spyro 3, it's like, yeah, we have the skateboard minigame. So it's like, come on, like PitterPot needs to be able to skateboard. Um, but yeah, that minigame's totally not gonna make it in here. A couple of the mini games are gonna make it in here, but yeah, maybe the next one will put the skateboarding in it. I'm not totally sure. I could do that in time, but let's just shove him out here. A little too low. That would be in the death zone. And let's just do log cabin. Yeah, that works. That's half pipe. Half pipe. Do 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 do, and that'll do us for the test. Okay, we want to make sure that our character controller can walk this up, and if not, I like this distance, and I don't really want to change the see, like, you're allowed to walk on stuff. Like, this is a slope, right? And he's allowed to get up that slope, and he's allowed to walk up this slope. See how he's going up those. But I don't want to change it too much, so I want to see how much. Yeah, see, like right here, that distance is too high. You could jump up it, I guess. Actually, this needs to be. I think this needs to be tagged first. Is that ground? Wall? Yeah. It should. He was able to jump, so it doesn't matter actually. I think default is under the. Ignore my rambling. Default is there's only a certain amount of layers that the checks are shooting out for him to be grounded, so you can tell whether or not you can jump. See, like you can jump off this stuff now. It's like really easy. But yeah, it was on the correct layer. So I guess it's like you can't really. Yeah, you can kind of get up here, and honestly, it's like, oof. I can still kind of see the splits. We'll clean that up in the model in just a second. Um, yeah, maybe we'll build the ramp so you can walk up there. Um, Something like that. Or hmm, maybe I'll do a platform because I'm thinking like, oh, okay, so like the challenge is you talk to the little man here, and then he's gonna be like, dude, they stole my snowboard, and then the dude is gonna be snowboarding back and forth, and you're gonna have to run and catch him and smack him and knock him off the snowboard, and maybe even do it a couple of times, because he's gonna be like, ugh, and then you're gonna have to like do it a couple times, and he's gonna snowboard back and forth and be like, nah, kind of like the spiral, like, nah, 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 nah. And then there's gonna be like some items over here you can grab, and then like maybe over here, maybe we'll do like instead of stairs, like maybe we'll grow a mushroom or something, in order for you to be able to jump up there to the back of the half pipe. But I don't want you to be able to get up to the top of the half pipe beforehand, so I'm gonna have to figure out a way to block that off. So, anyways, scale's fine because this is obviously it's gonna be like over here. It's gonna be up in the sky. It's gonna be like this high, and this one is like, how many units is that? It's too many units. We actually don't need that many. So we need like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Let's do 18 to be safe. All right. So that would be like this. You know what? This is actually going to be even easier. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let me show you. How many control Z's do I got? All right. 1. And welcome to efficiency. We're going to get rid of those. Ah. 1, 2. Because, guys, I told you I was keeping these even in order to texture them correctly. But this is so much better. All right. You know what we're going to do? Hold on. We're going to save a copy of this just in case we mess it up. Save copy. Copy. There we go. All right. So we're going to go here, apply the mirror, and we're going to be done with this. And then I am going to clean this up for you guys. Let's get rid of all of the seams. Bye-bye seams. Let's go ahead and get rid of some of these vertices. We're already looking more beautiful. This is like not the most efficient. Well, maybe it is. I don't know. I don't know how you do this more efficiently, but let's get rid of these underneath. Yeah, these guys. We don't need those. No one would ever see them. And then this is actually going to make it work better, because now we're going to make sure we've cleaned everything. And that should give me, yep, my full amount. We're going to limit to dissolve these edges. Let's go to vertex mode, guys. Let's make sure we're not missing anything. And welcome to clean. Welcome to clean geometry. So now the only thing that's not clean is our half pipe. And that's okay. It's okay. I think we can still clean this with the edge split. Yeah. There we go. We're going to do that in just a little bit once we're done. All right. Looks good. So now we can do this. This will be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's exactly what we had. And so now we got some goop here, though. Goop here, goop there, goop everywhere. That's not what you want. Can't read. I can't read. It would have been nice to have the mirror still, to be honest. But who cares? Whoa. Oh, we gotta go the negative direction. Okay. What is happening? This is supposed to be y. Extrude on the y by 2. Extrude on the y by 2. Jeez, guys. It was not wanting to do what I wanted it to do. Welcome to better geometry. Honestly, let's scoot you here for a sec. I think if I just do this, man. Once. Twice. Oh, we're cooking, baby. You're welcome. There we go. Now we are going to match everything. It's just going to be this one guy who's not going to have all... He's going to be the only one that's not a quad. That's fine. It's just one. It's not going to hurt the... It's not going to hurt too much math. But everything else is going to be so much smoother, and we're going to texture this in like 14 seconds because of that. Sometimes in game development, it takes just a little bit of extra work in the beginning to make you have less work in the end. And that's what it's all about. So, and plus this is honestly going to be super efficient. Ooh, guys, I'm getting starving. I skipped breakfast today in order to get on time on the stream. Because I was not feeling so good, and now I'm pretty hungry. So we're going to be ending right on 12:15 today. Mesh, where are you? All right, got rid of 8 vertices. Now everything has been reconnected. And now we have a beautiful little... Well, actually, maybe you're not all reconnected. Is it because you're weird? Let's see if this works. Huh. That should work, right? There we go. Increase the distance just a tad, guys, to get that to merge. Now it's all one big happy family. And you can see the lighting looks better. It is one little wonky because these were not connected to quads, you know, because there's like one edge up here and there's like a bunch here. But I'm doing all this. I mean, this is just to make this easier. We're just marking this so I can just click select faster. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. All right. Ta-da! Now the real seams will be something along these lines. Click, 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 click. That's what you signed up for in the dev stream, to hear a bunch of clicks. And you can hear how fast I'm having to click, turn, click, turn, click, turn. And I'm holding down Shift and Alt at the same time to select the loops. In case you guys aren't Blender heads, you know, and are confused on what I'm doing. Boom, 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 boom. That's pretty close. This is basically where our UVs are going to be laying out. Pretty close. Already looks pretty good smooth. We're going to make this look even better, and we're going to bevel this bad boy. Snow, pile of snow. This is just to give it a little bit of oomph. Maybe you'll be able to walk up this one. All right, so let's get you. And you. You. And you. Material assigned. We're going to hop over to our shading window. We're going to go texture, image texture, drag it into the color, zoomity doomity. Bibbity bobbity boo. All right, so we're jumping into our assets. You can see the big pictures now in Blender. It's so beautiful. Wonk, wonk, wonk. Do, do, do. Click, click, click. Boom, boom, boom. Zap, zap, zap. Let's get rid of that so we can see without being blinded by awful specular. And let's fix the few guys who are off and odd. See this? This is some maze technique right here. Grids, squares, and colors. I'm going to rotate that by 180. Doesn't look like that. That's hideous. Ah! These are all incorrect. Highlight them all 180. Man! Going live. Too much. Actually, so yeah, now we got them all on the right page. Highlight all these, flip them all again. That is the correct tile. That looks better. We're going to have to do these by hand. We're going to do some math on that. This ugly guy. Ooh, shutters. Let's make sure everything else tiles. And we're going to be scaling down these bricks a little bit so they're a little bit bigger. They're not going to look this small. I think they should. Well, I think when we get into the game, um, yeah, it'll match. I think these are the right size actually. It looks a little bit better when you see it with the bump map and the height and stuff. So it's got some reflection on it. We'll see. Um, Shoot, dog. It's 12:10. So a couple of these live streams, what I've done is I've gone to 12:30, even a couple of 12:45s, but I am on a deadline today because I gotta submit something to Sony tonight. Surprise, surprise. So I'm gonna be working on something else for the rest of the evening. So I'm probably gonna cut this off in about 5 minutes, 12:15ish. And like I said, I'm hungry. Gotta go get lunch. It's Eastern time. We on the East Coast, so it's lunchtime. Hopefully you guys, I got quite a bit of you watching along today. Hopefully this is a good time for you guys to watch along. It's a little bit before lunchtime, East Coast. It should be kind of like early-ish morning for West Coast. I think. Oh, East Coast, Worst Coast. Bro, come visit me and then we'll see what you think. Although you do live somewhere where it's completely beautiful, so I guess I can't really fault you there. But I'll show you a good time on the East Coast, dog. We're gonna go to PAX East. I'm not flying to PAX West, but you can come to PAX East with me. That's would be beneficial for you anyways, I think. Let's flip all those around. Boom, boom, boom. But yeah, so we're gonna be doing these every Wednesday, guys. Every Wednesday we're gonna be working on PitterPot Cursed Thicket until it's done. And should be the rest of the Wednesdays in October. So if you guys want to set the dates on your calendar to see fun modeling, fun level design, a little bit of code, some gameplay, then boom, bippity bappity boom, zoom, zoom, zoom. We will be streaming a bunch. So I'm changing up my schedule too because I've been giving you guys like so much YouTube content. If you missed it, I really think it's a very helpful video. I have a video that came out on Monday, which is tips on how to sell more copies of your games on PlayStation, and yeah, it's performing average. It's not doing the very best of my YouTube videos, but a lot of people did message me and said that they thought it was pretty helpful. So that's good news. But basically, what I'm going to be trying to do, and this is going to be like a lofty goal, I have a new schedule set, and so I'm going to be releasing like a game dev talk or game dev tip or game dev related video every Monday is the plan. Every Wednesday you're going to get a live stream, and every Friday you're going to get a devlog. And I'm even thinking about dropping Saturday videos for my friends. I mentioned to you guys in one of the other streams, and you might have missed it if you weren't here, that I'm going to try to do some like just fun stuff, some game dev review videos, and where I review some of my friends' games, review big indie games and stuff like that. And those are just going to be kind of throwaway videos that might just drop on Saturday evenings, something like that. But yeah, just trying to do a bunch of stuff. Oh, shoot, man. Don't want to do that. Let's get rid of these. There we go. Assign. And we're going to do this. I'm trying to work and talk at the same time. I'm actually doing better than usual, I think. But yeah, so we're gonna be doing 3 videos a week at least. I was trying to drop devlogs on the morning of these videos, and then I was doing streams afterwards. But looking at my analytics, I think that's actually worse for the videos because people like were tuning into the stream, and then like YouTube was like sharing that. So you know, we weren't getting very many views on the devlogs, and like the to not get people confused, it's like the devlogs are going to have different content than the stream. Obviously the stream is like pretty raw, having, you know, working on stuff in real time, talking out some of my ideas with you guys, that kind of thing. That is not the case when it comes to the devlogs. Those are going to start to be more edited, and they are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Going to feature different stuff that wasn't shown in the stream, basically. Ooh, I clicked on too many things. Oh, very odd. So yeah, just so you guys know that if you watch the stream, the devlog will be different. So it will be, content for you guys to watch or whatever. And that's going to be the goal of the next couple of months. Yeah, so this is the scaling we use for this. It's every 9 units. It's going to be a full grass. So it's going to kind of be like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, I hate how it's doing that. It's because it's on a different tier. So it forces me to do a little extra work. Scale up, boom, baby. You see how we got the tile here. It doesn't really matter for this one because it's raised. So I'm going to move these. But just to keep it consistent, we're just going to go 9 at a time. That way I don't get off on my tiling. More tips. UV tips right here coming your way. Because, like, see, right here, we can tell we're not tiling. Or I think it's just this one that's not tiling. What about... There we go. Is that the tile? No. Does it need one more? No, that's worse. That's worse. That's worse. That's the tile. It's just like one weird. 2, 3, 1, 2. Wait, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, there we go. Dark, dark patch, dark patch, dark patch. All right. Not bad. Boom, boom, boom. Do. This one's probably going to be off again. So I'm using this scale basically for the texture for the grass. Oh, I think it's because this guy's off here. Is that the tile? No. Surely not. What on earth, man? Maybe that's it. No, that's it. Right? Let's look at our little picture. Nope, that's supposed to tile smoothly. I don't know where we're off tiling. Because that means this guy must be off. These ones must have been flipped another way too. And you can't really tell. We're just going to... It doesn't matter. There you go. This is a separate piece. Now we're past this. We can stay in our units of 9 like this to keep our scaling correct. And this should just, yeah, automatically work. And then we just need to rotate it till we get the tile side. There we go. That means that this guy is off. Oh, I didn't finish him. That's why. Yeah, I think I can still scale him correctly. No. Yeah, shoot. You need to have that extra tile. Let's see if I can do it with this one. Ah. I'm just cheating here. There we go. This is just to get the scaling right, guys. And then we go like this. All right. But then see, he's not going to be there. These guys are all that matters in that tile. Is that correct? Yes. Grass, grass. And now we just do this. And we refix him. And then it'll be fine. Scale them all, rotate them. Boom. See? Now the grass is flowing correctly. And like I said, we're just using that for the scale. But when we come up here, I'm going to dump snow on it. So you can kind of see the snow has like little bumps and textures, but it's like so bright the way that everything's rendering, you can't really see it. Another thing is like, oh, I want to have snow footprints for PitterPot when you're walking in the snow, but I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to get that in there. For sure, this game, what I want to try to do is do footstep sounds. It's like huge into game feel. You need to have the footstep sounds on like the different surfaces or whatever. And I know how to do it. I just need to like actually get good recordings of different footstep sounds basically for like snow, excuse me, grass, metal, etc. Um, boom, baby. Tiling is going beautiful. Now I'm a little confused. This is going to be an odd one. Let's go here. Ba, 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 ba. Awesome. And let's see, because we're going to be on. So this. Okay. So this would be the scale. This needs to fill up basically this. Yeah, 0.5 and scale it up. Ooh, it's still not reaching the full. Like, I'm like locking in, I'm like zooming in here. Honestly, dude, the scale is pretty good. I could just go like this, pull it down. No one would notice. Plus, it's gonna be so bright, like I just said, you can't even tell. Boom. Let's make sure we're in on these corners. Yeah. Now let's highlight all of this and let's see if we can get this tiling here. Rotate. Oh my goodness. Guys, that's how you do it, baby. There we go. And it's just gonna work because this is still even numbers, so it's just gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4 of these. And honestly, if you guys want to see even a trick to do this even faster, should be able. Nope, they're already going different directions. It's not gonna work. That stinks. So this one is on the same scale as the other one. Well, let's just go ahead and let's try to scale this up closer first. There we go. Boom, boom. Let's scale that to the edge so we're tiling perfectly. Let's scale this down to this edge. Highlight all of these, rotate them. Boom. Okay, so these guys are just already tiling correctly. They just filled in. They're not going to tile correctly the other way. Let's just grab him there. He's on the edge. That looks beautiful, guys. Beautiful. I'm like turning my head to like see it better. I'm like, probably looks weird on the stream. You can really, the lighting has gotten a little darker, so you can really see the blue. We're rocking the blue lights in order to do the blue ice level. We're doing snowboarding. All right. Tile is correct. Let's grab this, pull this over here. Man, the half pipe has come together very quickly. And the walls look good. Bop, 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 boom. I think I pressed the wrong button. There we go. Don't want to if you press Y instead of U, which is right beside each other, here's another Blender tip for you. It will separate your mesh from the other mesh, like, so you don't want to do that. Ooh, that's a little bit of a problem. We're not even here. Think about the math. 1, 2, 3, 4. Because in order to get this to tile with these, we would be missing part of the texture here, and then we wouldn't be able to tile this. So it's gonna have to be a little bitty wonky. It's gonna be something about like that, you know, but then we'll have to tile up there. That doesn't even look right. One. Some of these have to be overlapping, right? Because that's only 1-2 cuts. Let's see. Ooh. That's why. It's going this way. So it is like this is what we need. Yes. But then we need this here, scale here. We figured it out in the end. And look at that, a perfect tile. You guys probably thought that was not going to work, and it did. Okay. Running over a little bit, but hey, I guess it's okay. I can hold out. Let's go to 12:30. 4 more minutes. Let's color this in, and then that should be where it fits. Correct, Mundo. And then I'll give you guys the rundown on what we doing this week. Boom, boom. All right, so let's just, before we end off the stream, let's go ahead and give us an updated version of this model so you guys can see it in the game. Re-export that, save that. Let's go over here. Let's delete our half pipe. See if we get rid of these generated warnings as well. Let's re-import half pipe. Boom, boom, boom. Oh yeah, baby. Dude, guys, look at the log cabin texture on there. Gotta love that. Materials none. No animation. That'll do it for now. And snow, I'm on caps. Snow 1. Yes, that's correct. Rock path. That's correct. All right, guys, let's take a look at this before we head out today. And tell me what you think. You got a lot of you guys watching now. What do you think of that start animation? I'm like so enamored by it, but that could just be me. So you ride this gondola up here. And also, you know, let me know. I redid the snow for this, and I just feel like it just feels magical. So, can I even make that jump? Oh, totally. So you would ride up here off the gondola, jump up here. You know, there'd be some items we're going to bust over here. You'll see the dude right here. And you'll come talk to our guy, and he'd be like, dude, PitterPot, they stole my snowboard. And then we're going to have a half pipe here. And then you're going to have to run out here and knock the dude off the snowboard, and a couple items here. Obviously, we didn't fix all of these textures or whatever. And obviously, we haven't beveled this either. It's, you know, the model's not completely done. But this is an idea of basically what's going to be up here. And then you would run and jump back on this and go animating all the way back down. You could jump off this if you wanted to. You know, there's stuff down there for you to go get. And pop these guys. Boom. All right, what do you think of this level? If you guys who are watching live, it's really coming together. It's getting there. It's almost there. Gotta run, dodge these guys. Oh, got hurt. Grab those. Yeah, I'm really getting satisfied with this one. It's heading towards the finishing touches. Just a few more models here or there. You know, some more stuff in the background, that kind of thing. You know, stuff in the background. I got to extend the fog a little bit, put some more bushes around, put some more flowers around, drop some more snowdrops, you know, put some snow in PitterPot's pot. I think in this game, maybe we'll even go for a bigger touch instead of just having snow in his pot. I think maybe we'll just do it on a time-based thing, because the longer you stay in this level or the longer you stand still, more snow starts to accumulate inside of his pot. That would be pretty dope, I think. You can jump over here and see all this stuff. And then just got to fix this double gondola system that I showed you guys in the beginning of the stream over here. And yeah, then we'll do the run up to the finish, and this level will be done. All done. I still haven't even finished the I almost thought about doing it, level 3 this stream. Let's get rid of this. Let's save this. Let's go over to level 3. I haven't finished dressing up, as I've been saying on these streams. I haven't finished dressing up this level. There's a couple more models that I want to make to give you the fall vibes a little bit better. It's pretty close. This one's almost done. You see we got our yellow flowers. We got our dead little grass here that's like, animating. It's so subtle. It's like animating very slowly. We got our dancing mushrooms launching up on our super jumps. But yeah, so I mean, this one I want to make a little gate fence where I'm going to gate off some of the level over here across the way, and then you're going to like have to actually attack it to open up the gate. I wanted to make a little hay bale. So there's like little stacks of hay kind of like sitting around the level and stuff. And then I wanted to make a possibly even a pumpkin, but I don't know about that. We'll see how it looks. And then like maybe some little bitty white mushrooms to like stick under the fences or whatever for the tiniest detail. You can see we got some mushrooms. These are from the original game. We got a little bitty mushroom right there in the corner. Got our little plant and stuff like that. Man, I keep dying. But yeah, I'm gonna finish dressing this one up pretty soon. And then we should be good because I'm pretty sold on levels 1 and 2. These are done to me. Like the fog is good. The wheels are good. These ones are pretty short in the beginning. Maybe I'll put some bushes up here just for some, dramatic effect. But yeah, I think it looks pretty good. So yeah, we're about done with like the first 4 levels. By the time you see the stream next week, they will be done. So like this is a good for instance thing I was mentioning earlier. So like this stream, you got to watch some of this in progress. Friday's devlog, this stuff will be done. It'll be done by Friday, and I'll go over some of the changes and whatever gets finished for that. And then next Wednesday stream, we will be, I'm assuming I want to do swamp first, but I am itching to do the castle. I've got some stuff in my head for the castle. Yeah, and just leave me a comment down below because I'm going to do some voice acting for this. Leave me a list in the comments who's your favorite voice actors are in the video game industry that are like semi reachable, and maybe not obviously not too expensive. I've got some prices from some people, and I've worked with a voice actor before, and I'm probably gonna do one for that. I'm gonna do a couple voice lines for this myself as well. For some of the characters and stuff, but I'm gonna try to voice a lot of. There's gonna be a lot of characters with voices in this, so yeah, I'm gonna hire some people, and I'm gonna hire some women obviously to do some of the girl characters. I'm not gonna attempt the girl voices, but yeah. So let me know. Maybe that'll be cool. You guys can vote on some of that. Because basically, I've got this really really long drawn out marketing plan for this game. It's like the last hurrah, and we gotta do a lot of stuff to try to get this game top tier, and giving some voices to some of the characters is something I'm thinking about. And plus, when you got voice actors in the game, you got more people in the credits, you got more people talking about the game and stuff like that. So I'm gonna try to do that. I got a big long drawn out marketing plan like I just mentioned, and it's gonna be interesting. We're gonna be doing this. I'm gonna talk about some of it, maybe beforehand, but then I'm gonna just be doing a lot of stuff that I've never done before. Advertisements, certain places to share the game, reaching out to new people to play the game, obviously, different things like that. I might be working with Sony on some of it a little bit. I'm gonna be doing, if you guys have been following along with some of the live streams, I think I talked about it a little bit, but I talked to Sony. I actually talked to them on a video call, some employees from Sony, Oh yeah, that side note, that worked really great. I just got to fix the code. Oh man, beautiful. These are going to be amazing. This is going to be an awesome platforming game, guys. But yeah, I got to talk to some people from Sony just the other week, and they're aware that PitterPot exists and they like it. So I'm actually going to be trying to maybe do some Sony deals here, because this, PitterPot, he's an exclusive PlayStation character. He's never launched on the computer. He's never launched. He was originally going to be on Wii U, but then he never came out on there. So PitterPot is only available on PlayStation, and this game is also going to be only available on PlayStation. Most of the inspiration for the platforming aspects are coming from Spyro and Ape Escape and some of the original PlayStation 1 platformers and stuff. So it's like, you can see, obviously, all my inspiration comes from that. Here, these bases are like right out of Spyro 2. Um, the blue ones are just for the ice level. They're yellow in the other ones or whatever. But so yeah, we're gonna be doing some stuff like that. I gotta keep you guys posted, and I'm gonna be doing a big post-mortem breakdown, basically on, obviously, once we're about a couple weeks into the game, we're gonna figure out if the game performs well enough to meet my expectations, and we'll be able to keep the studio open, or if it doesn't. So it's gonna be like a post-mortem breakdown on whether the stuff was successful or not, and if it's not successful, then I'll tell you what I tried to do and what didn't work and why. And if it is successful and we reach a bigger audience and stuff, I'll list some of my ideas and whatever. Probably, maybe even some of that stuff deeper in the Patreon page. And like I mentioned earlier, when I got rambled off on an idea, I had the PlayStation video this week, the game dev tips video. I'm probably gonna do even some more of those. I'm gonna probably do some more advanced tips, because like it was shocking how many people reached out to me, even though it's only got a little bit over 100 views. A lot of people were like, oh, I didn't do this, or oh, how do I get my store page up early or whatever. But there's a lot of stuff that's like deeper on PlayStation that people are missing, where trophy system stuff, crafting game stuff, pricing, things, controller features, taking advantage, accessibility features on the store, maximizing your store reach, using haptic feedback, using the triggers, some more things like that. I'm probably going to go like on an advanced topic video. And it might even be for patrons only, because some of it is like starting to be a little bit towards PlayStation NDA or whatever, and maybe you might have to make sure you're a PlayStation developer before I go into some things. But some general tips, I might do an advanced video coming up pretty soon. But yeah, next week's video, the game devs tips video, I think is going to be a viable platform video. It's going to be a video about all the current state of all platforms: PlayStation, Xbox, Nintendo, Steam, Epic Game Store, all that kind of stuff, and talk about what is easy to get into, what the difficulty, what the pros and cons of everything is, what I think the long-term viability is of all the platforms, and where you should be releasing your games. That video is going to come out on Monday, so you can look forward to that. Let's go ahead and give some shout outs to everybody who supports TreeFall Studios on patreon.com. There's so many people that have added recently. I got to try to remember. I need to give a personal shout out to Mandy, Shark and Minnow, Space by Name, Thomas Stewart, Joe Nana, Jamil DeBeer, and Mr. Troy. I think we're at 7 on the top tier. I think that's it. I think that's everybody. So huge shout out to you guys for what you do for TreeFall Studios on patreon.com. Guys, if you want to check out the Patreon page, the links are in the description below. It's very small tiers. It's $1, $3, and $5. You don't have to join, obviously. It does help out a good bit. And you get your names in the credits of the games. You get special posts like every month or every 2 months, something like that. Behind the scenes looks that you're not getting even with these. And you get shout outs. Your names are listed on streams and YouTube videos, and you get personal shout outs in YouTube videos. And that's about it. Every once in a while, I will run a demo or like a beta or whatever. But the problem is like most people, it's like, I don't really do PC games, so I don't really give those out too much, because I can't. You guys don't have PlayStation dev kits, can't give those out to you. So that's not really a perk that's used too much on the Patreon. So Patreon page down below, obviously, guys. There is a new sale on the PlayStation Store. the Player's Choice sale started today. If you guys are tuning in and you're new and you've never played any of my games, most of the people watching probably played all of these. But I do have some games that are on some pretty big discounts, trying to make a little bit more money. Tilting Tiles series, you got Tilt 1 on sale. Tilt 1 and 2 are on sale via the bundle. So that's like 2 games for a couple dollars. Tilt Fires of Industry is on sale for a couple dollars. I think it's $1. No, I think it got this one maybe be 75 cents. I did some deep discounts this time to try to reach some more people. I think it's maybe even 75 cents. I can't see the price. Maybe you guys can see it. Um, I think because it shows I'm logged in, so it says that I purchased it or whatever. And I think Bounce Challenge, guys, the Perplexing Orb, I think this game is like 90 cents, 99 cents. Keep in mind if this is one that you are interested in picking up. It is a little harder. The reviews reflect that. So anyways, Annihilation's on sale as well. And, obviously my top tier game, my Maze series, Maze Pedestal of Trials, this is on sale. This one's goes on sale every couple of months or something like that. It's like half off. So there's a couple of games you guys can pick up. They're in the chat now, and they're below. Should be probably some of them below in the description. I've been reusing my description for a while, so might not cover every single game. But guys, thanks for tuning into this stream. I hope you enjoyed this look at our ice level. And yeah, we're gonna be doing our snowboarding stuff in the devlog. I'll show you my little snowboarding guys pretty soon. Honestly, I've got a really good idea for the guy, the snowboard character or whatever, the PitterPot character. And another cool thing I've been thinking about, I was just mentioning the marketing. I'm going off on too many tangents trying to end this, but I've been thinking about what I could do to market this game better. And I want to do some cheat codes to reach out to like old school people and like have little outfits that PitterPot can wear or whatever. And you might be able to wear like I'm gonna work on putting a beanie on him for the snowboard guy. So we'll take a look at that in a little while. But guys, thanks so much for tuning into the stream. I'm gonna let you guys go, and I will catch you in the next video. See you on Friday in a new devlog. Next Wednesday we will be live again, and got a game development tips video for you guys coming on Monday. Thank you guys. Hope you have a blessed day. See you guys later.